I'm here with Garnet Minor, and we're going to do a interview about life in Marceline. All right, let's see. Can you remember any most interesting things about Marceline?
Well, there have been several. I happened to be here whenever Walt Disney came through. I remember being in the swimming pool. I remember the old house down at the lake burning. We lived just on the other side, and it was a very great sight for us.
Let's see. Now, you've lived in Marceline since
1940.
1940. All right. Okay, tell me what you remember about the Black School.
It sits down close to where the ballpark is now, and there were 3 or 4 blocks of Negro families. They have a pretty nice school. They go clear through the 8th grade there, and then they had to bus them to Dalton for high school.
All right. You remember any low points of Marceline? Things that, I don't know, bad things?
Not really. The terrific bad things happened before I ever got around here, like the hole in the wall and all that.
Do you remember anything about, did you ever have any experiences with the lady in white?
No,
No?
I did not.
All right. Let's see here. Do you remember anything that sticks out about Walt Disney or anything like that?
No, we were here for the commemoration, the postage stamp commemorating Walt Disney. I don't remember the year now, not off the top of my head, but our children all have a canceled stamp from that period. They were pretty small, but they all have one.
How many cents was that stamp worth?
6 cents.
6 cents.
Big deal.
That's quite a bit. You remember any burnings that took place in Marceline?
Yes, in 1957, the old Cater's drugstore and the Cater's Hall and Myers clothing store all burned to the ground. And then, I don't remember the year, but I was also here when the beer joint and the mercantile store burned in the next block, the 100 block north.
It's a lot of burning.
Yes, in my time, and I expect there were several more earlier than that.
Yeah. How many schools do you remember there being in Marceline?
Well, there was Park School, which was on the west side of the tracks and went through 6 grades. And there was Central School that had the first 4 grades and then 7th and 8th grade. And then the high school when we moved here. And then, of course, after they built the Disney School, they tore the old Park School down and built a grocery store there. And our oldest daughter was in the class, the first class that went all the way through Walt Disney School.
Were they finished with it?
No, they weren't quite. They were still washing windows and doing a few things like that.
When did the Black School burn?
No, it's still there.
It's still there?
At one time, John Leopold had his plumbing shop in there after the school closed out. I think he was probably the first business to go in there after the school burned out. And I don't know what's in there right now. I haven't been down in that area for quite some time.
Where's it at?
Down close to the ballpark.
Did you ever go in the old clubhouse before it burnt down?
Oh yes, we belonged to the club, and you had to have a private membership to get to swim there or fish there or anything like that. And yes, I've been in there for many times.
Was it pretty nice?
Well, it was old and all, but yes, it was a nice gathering place. It had a gigantic big room upstairs where they could have dances or stuff like that, probably bigger than the gymnasium. Well, maybe not quite as big as the gymnasium at the high school, but close to it.
It's pretty big then.
And they had a screened-in porch on the east side that you could go out there and sit down and drink Cokes and things like that and not get the bugs that go along with the water. Yes, my brothers and sisters and I learned to swim there.
Really?
Sure did.
They didn't have the golf course back then, did
No,
they?
no.
That was before the golf.
That was pasture land at that time.
All right.
There weren't even any homes on it like there are now.
There's quite a few houses out there now. Let's see. All right. Do you think the railroad was a big? Marceline was Marceline a big stopping point for the railroad?
Yes, it certainly was. It was a halfway point between Fort Madison and Kansas City, and many of the engineers and brakemen and such lived here at that time, and it was quite a blow to Marceline when they took it out, too.
Yeah.
Much more so than they thought it was going to be.
Remember anything about the doodle bug?
Yes, the jitterbug was quite an invention. It had 1 or 2 passenger cars and came from Fort Madison of a morning, came through here about 9 o'clock of a morning and went all the way to Kansas City, and it came back that night and got in here about 9 o'clock at night, about 12 hours.
Was it just a joyride?
Well, not really. A lot of people went to Kansas City and shopped. A lot of people had family up and down it, and that was their way of going and visiting. Not everybody had a car back then.
Yeah. Did a lot of freight trains come through?
Yes, I can't tell you how many, but there was lots. Of course, there were larger passenger trains that went all the way across the United States, too, but the Doodlebug was the main transportation for everyday purposes.
Was there an older library before this one was built?
I honestly don't know. This one was built back in the 30s.
Oh, well, I don't think there was. There might have been, but
I kind of doubt it.
let's see. Okay, do you remember them building Highway 5?
Not really. My husband's father helped build Highway 5. He helped have a team of horses.
And at first it was gravel?
It was dirt for a while, and then they gravelled it and later blacktopped it. But I don't know exactly when they did all those things. Used to be on Highway number 6, go between here and Buckland. Actually, I think it went right through Buckland before they put 36 in. I've heard my folks talk about it, but I don't know about anything about it. It's for my time.
Let's see. What kind of cars did they drive around here in Marceline?
Yeah, you name it and they drove it, I think. My parents had an old Model T, and then they went into the Chevys. And when my brothers got old enough to drive, they had the Model Bs. They were just a little bit fancier car. And that's what I learned to drive on, the Model A and the Model B.
Old Henry Ford.
Mm-hmm. Great guy. They tell me. Then after the war in the 40s, they started making the bigger cars.
Let's see. Did you guys have indoor plumbing by that time?
Not really. My mother didn't put in indoor plumbing until in the early 40s, or, well, about 49, I guess she put in indoor plumbing. We had lights, but we had running water. We just didn't have the bathroom.
Did you have many brothers and sisters?
I have 1 sister and 3 brothers.
Did you ever pull any tricks on them, like going out there and holding the door shut to the outhouse or putting a log against it?
Just because I didn't think of it.
But you would have.
Probably.
Let's see. My grandma was always telling me stories about how she had to walk to school 2 miles uphill both ways. Did you ever have any experiences like that?
Well, we didn't walk quite that far, but yes, we did. We walked about a mile to grade school, and then when we went to high school, it was about a mile and a half.
Was it fun in the winter?
Oh, yes. My sister froze her feet one time in walking to school.
Did she get frostbite?
She had to have lanced later.
Did you have spikes on your shoes that they strapped on?
No, and we sure didn't. In 1936 and 37, when the big ice storm came, I wasn't even in school yet, but my brother fell and broke his arm, and they had to take him to Macon to get it set on that ice.
Wasn't there a huge snowstorm where people got trapped in their houses for a long period of time?
Not
No.
that I remember.
I thought my mom was telling me something about that.
Probably a little earlier than that.
Let's see. Do you remember any new buildings being built in the last, I don't know how many years?
School building, the elementary school building, Walt Disney Building was built in 19... Would have been in the early 60s or the very late 50s. Because our daughter went through the first grade, went the first class to go all the way through it. And then later they built the addition there where the 5th and 6th grade is now. They also built on the kindergarten rooms. And there have been several new buildings that look around town. Most recent one being the new community building.
Yeah. Do you feel that Marceline's changed for the better or the worse in the past 40 years?
Oh, I think it's probably for the better.
Yeah, I agree. All right, well, thank you for your time. It's been a nice interview. And I guess this closes our interview.
All right, thank you.
All right, bye.